everybody. Good evening, good evening, good evening, wherever you're joining me from. Let me know in the comments where you are joining me from. I'm super excited for tonight. It's Parenting Unfiltered. Good evening, guys. For a moment, I forgot how to go live on YouTube, and it was so strange. I'm like, where is it? Where is it? I'm trying to go live. It's about time. Welcome, guys. This is Parenting Unfiltered. My name is Simulu Ibidumoye, but my friends call me the Global Woman. So please call me the Global Woman. And this is my YouTube channel. So on my YouTube channel, I talk about motherhood, faith, marriage, living in the UK, love, life, cooking recipes for children, etc. etc. I'm like a very happy person. So I love to share parts of my life here. And tonight I am going live with a friend that I found on social media. Social media gives you friends, guys. And we're going to be talking about, our experiences as first-time moms in the UK. So she's about to join and I am going to get her in now. So wherever you're joining from, just tell us your name and where you're joining from. And, it's going to be a beautiful session. To be honest, we're just gisting as moms, really. We're just gisting. So a word of prayer before we go. Dear Father, we thank you for tonight. Thank you because you called and I answered. Thank you because you made this possible, because your goal is for us to be better parents. Your goal is for, parents to thrive in their parenting journeys and raising godly children for you. We ask God that tonight, everything we're going to learn, help us to, put it in good use. And for every other session on Parenting Unfiltered, I pray, dear Father, there's going to be a huge success in the name of Jesus. In Jesus' name we've prayed, guys. Amen. Mercy from Canada is here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, so I'm gonna have my guest in now. Okay, sorry, please try to come in again. Try to come in again with the links. I'm just going to add you straight up. So let me, yes. My yummy mommy is here. Mom of one, yeah.
Yes,
Mom of
please.
one, yeah.
Sweet 16, please call me
My
that.
sister. I'm sure when your husband is going out with you, you'll be telling people, that's my wife. Don't toast her. That's my wife.
Exactly. I wish he was here to confirm that. I'm not lying, to be sincere.
I know. I don't tell him. I know. Welcome, Olamide. Welcome, Mercy. Welcome, everybody. So I'm just going to quickly read the short bio of my beautiful guest. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm excited to introduce our guest today. Her name is Opeyemi, aka Mommy Paris,
Yes,
aka
please.
Beautiful Mommy.
Yes,
Femi is a
please.
content creator and mom blogger who shares her journey as a first-time mom in the UK. Through her vlogs and social media platforms, she documents life with her daughter, highlighting both the joys and challenges of motherhood. With a strong passion for toddlers' development, Opeyemi creates engaging content focused on toddler-friendly recipes, fun activities, and early learning tips, helping other moms like herself navigate this beautiful journey. So, ladies and gentlemen all over the world, mommies and daddies, welcome with me, Opeyemi. How are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you. I'm very excited to be on this
Oh,
live.
I'm
This is something
excited
I've
to see you.
Yeah, this is something I've always been pushing away, dreading, like life. I don't like speaking. I feel
But I
like,
trust
oh,
you.
my voice sounds very cringy. Who wants to get what I have to say? But when you told me about this, I was like, let me give it a go. Let's see how it goes. And I
Yeah.
don't think it would hurt to like share my own experience because I get lots of
Mhm.
questions and I get the same questions from different moms and it can somehow be, repeating the same answers every time. So at least if I'm
Yeah.
saying it now, people can watch it. I can
Uh-huh.
always refer people to it. And again, if
Mhm.
people, if all these moms are on this live right now, then they will be able to get answers some of these questions they've been asking me.
Yeah. Thank you very
Mhm.
much. So the reason I did this was, I mean, God caught me because I supposed to start since January. And it's
Mm,
because when I became a parent, when I became a mom, God was
mm,
opening my eyes to the fact that it's not just, you and your partner came together, did the do, and the child came. For every child, there's a destiny attached. And we as
mhm.
parents, we have to fulfill purpose in it. Because at
Yeah,
the end of the day, we are going to give accounts to God on how we did this. That child that God has given to you, what are you
yeah,
going to present back to God?
exactly.
I just felt like the best way to do this is for us to gain the knowledge that we need. Like no man is an island. This motherhood, parenting, a lot of us like get into it and we're like, what am I going to do? What should I do at this
Exactly.
age?
Yeah,
But when
yeah.
we see people that have gone ahead, we're able to learn. And for this particular one, I wanted to do this because I had a lot of friends that just came in from Nigeria to the UK. Some gave birth here, some came with their babies, and
Mm.
people are like, it's different,
How?
especially the weather.
How? Yeah.
People are used to if we even talk about food, talk about diaper, like the brands are different. So everybody's like, what am I supposed to do? What do I do in the UK? Everything is expensive, childcare, yada yada yada. And that's why I'm like, you know what? I know somebody that's gonna help you guys because this woman,
Mm-hmm.
let's
Yeah.
get into it. Let's get into it. So basically, it's just like a chit chat, or how do they say it? But I have like some questions that I lined up from myself and of course other moms that I've seen online asking the same questions, and I've put some of them together. And the first
Mm.
one will just basically be you sharing your how was your pregnancy journey like? Like you just briefly, how was the delivery like, especially in the UK? How did the NHS treat you? So that for people
Ah,
that
yeah.
are about to have their babies, they know what to do. What is that one thing that you would recommend maybe in pregnancy, when you're
Mm,
about to have a baby? Like for me, if anybody asked me, should I take epidural? I'll say yes, because I did and it saved my life. So if you have like
yeah.
specific things that helped you in your, motherhood journey, sorry, your pregnancy journey, the delivery, postpartum, how did you survive the newborn trenches, as they call
Mm,
it? We would love to hear.
mhm. Yeah.
Of
So
course,
let's
if you
start
had
from,
help or you didn't have help as well, like how did you
yeah.
navigate that UK trip? Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, sure. So let's start from pregnancy.
Yeah.
Pregnancy for me wasn't so hard because I've heard so much from other moms saying,
Mhm.
how they can't eat out pregnancy, they had them in the hospital for weeks, for days, and all that. For me, I didn't have that, although I was expecting it because that is the story you hear. And that's why
Mhm.
it's important for everybody to share their story. Although not everybody can, not everybody feel like they should, to them, this is private to them. But I feel like if other moms are able to share, not, you should not only share the negative part, we should also, if you had positive experiences, share it to people so they can
Yeah.
have that mindset. Because the mindset I had was that pregnancy was going to be tough. I was not going to eat. I was going to be vomiting. I was going to be spitting and all that.
That's
But
so
I'm
sad.
very thankful to God. I know it's the grace of God,
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
my not by my power, but by my might. But I'm just trying to let you know that I was expecting it to be very tough. But
Mhm.
it wasn't for me, and I didn't spit. I didn't have any serious food aversion. The only issue I had was I couldn't eat after a particular time. If I ate late in the night, I just vomit everything. So that
Mhm.
was what I had. So that was it for pregnancy for me. It was nice. Then during pregnancy, I tried my best because I didn't have food aversion. It was easy for me to eat all
Mhm.
eat balanced
Yeah.
diet, eat
Yeah.
broccoli, eat the most important things
Mhm.
that was good for my baby, folic acid and all that. I didn't
Mhm.
have any food aversion. Then I used my prenatals. So
Mhm.
one thing people use pregnant care a lot, but during my pregnancy, I saw that it was very expensive. And when I went for my what they call this thing we go and do in the hospital. When I went,
Scans and tests.
they gave me one container or something, and that was the only thing I was using because I bought
Yeah.
the pregnant care, the first one for like maybe 20 something pounds. I'm like, would I be buying this one every month like this? I beg go. So I was just using that small one
Yeah.
they gave me, and I feel like it really helped because I didn't have any serious issues.
Mhm.
Although my mom was like, "Hey, I should have bought pregnant care." I said, "Well, I beg, this one they gave me, they didn't
I
prescribe
mean,
pregnant care to me." So yeah,
honest
that's
things
for
are
that.
different. Yeah, yeah, from Nigerians.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Mhm.
Then for exercise routine, I wasn't really I wouldn't say I was intentionally exercising. What I just did was, as at the time I was pregnant, I was working fully in the office. I just started working. So I was
Mhm.
working fully in the office 5 days a week. So I was lucky that the distance from my office to the house was about 20 minutes walk.
Oh,
So I could take
that's
a
really
bus if I wanted to, 20 to 25 minutes work. I could take the bus if I wanted, but I intentionally did not take the
mhm.
bus. I walked to work every day for the 9 months of my pregnancy, Monday to Friday. Like I walked to
That's
work.
more than
So
exercise now.
yeah, so I usually feel like I don't even need to, do any intentional
Yeah.
exercise. In the morning, I'll walk, going back in the evening to our walk. I made sure I did it throughout the 9 months. So as the pregnancy progressed,
Uh-huh.
it became tiring and all, but I just kept telling myself that this is important for me because
Yeah.
I hear how exercising helps to losing the cervix and all that, and
Yeah.
make delivery easy and all that. So I tried my best to do that. And when it came to delivery, my mom was in the country a week to when I delivered. And I remember when
Oh,
I applied for a
beautiful.
visa, I was panicking really bad. I remember talking to my manager at work one time and she was just asking me about it and I just busted into tears. Because in my mind, if my mommy's visa no true, what I go do? I don't know what
You
I'll
call King Charles, so King Charles will bring his people.
what would I do? Because I have no
Yeah.
experience. I have family here
Yeah.
in the UK. My cousin is in England, my sister too, but like who will live there?
Uh-huh.
They will come and be
Their
with
own
me.
families, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So my mom visa, got approved a week before, so she was here with me. And at the time she got here, I was already like 40 weeks. And they say pregnancy is between 38 to
20.
42 weeks. Yeah, so
Uh-huh.
I was just praying, God,
Two
please
weeks
don't
to
let the baby
40.
come now. But as soon as she came like this, I was like, hey, I want the baby to
Oh,
come now. Then
yeah.
I started jogging, I started eating dates. I tried to eat dates because I hear that dates help, with
Yeah.
pregnancy and all that.
Yes,
But
yes, yes.
he eventually came home, my sister, all the exercise, all the dates, everything in the mud. I wanted to do the what do you call this delivery? The
Vaginal
normal,
delivery.
yeah, vaginal delivery. I tried service, dilation, gbogbo it didn't, at the end of the
Uh-huh.
day, I had to do emergency cesarean section.
Mm.
And so at the end of the day, I just feel like these things is just the grace of God and it's
Honestly.
destiny. No
Yeah.
matter the exercise you do, because nobody will say I wasn't mobile, I wasn't
Yeah.
exercising.
Yeah.
Nobody will say I didn't eat right. I didn't have any issues during my pregnancy, so I didn't expect that I would, end up
Uh-huh.
doing CS. But at that point in time, I had to do emergency
Yeah.
cesarean operation, and
Mhm.
and I thank God for for that experience. It was really tough. Pregnancy
Oh,
labor was something that if you can't I don't know how to explain it to people that have not experienced it. Like
honestly.
it was
It's like you
crazy.
are alive and you are dead at the same
Like
time.
I don't know. There was a point in time that I just felt like banging my head against something because
My sister. It
the only
was
thing that came to my mind was passing out. I felt like I wanted to pass out. It's not
mm,
as if I felt. I was feeling like if I pass out, I wouldn't feel this pain anymore. Like
yeah,
that's story for
it's
another day. That's story for another day. So
yeah.
delivery was that way. Then after delivery, my mom was around. I had to be in the hospital for like 2 weeks.
Oh,
Yes, I had some other complications after that. And you know how, as I said, is everything is good. I done my maternity shoots. As soon as I give birth, I post, my sister. I forgot everything. I was in the hospital for close to 2 weeks, and I remember begging the
God.
doctors to release me, please. But they said no. My fever was high. I know
Yes,
my
for
baby
your
had
own good
jaundice.
anyway.
Yeah, my baby had jaundice too as well. Fine,
Um,
so I understood that part. But later, when my
mhm,
baby's jaundice was getting better, they wouldn't release me, and I was wondering why, what was happening, and
mhm,
they just were not comfortable releasing me. And I thank God for that, that they didn't
um,
release me because maybe if they had released me, we'll be seeing another story.
yeah,
But that one is story for another day. Something I wouldn't like to go into right now. But
yeah, yeah.
just a summary of the delivery
Mhm.
postpartum experience. My mommy was here, so it was beautiful
How
for
long?
me.
How long was she able to stay for?
She stayed for 5 months and 20 something days. Gay, gay. And you know how people will be like, don't let your mom stay for up to 5 months. Let them stay for 3 months. Let them stay for
Eh?
4 months and all that.
If my
In my
mom should stay
mind,
for 1 year, my sister she will
ah,
stay.
we paid for visa for 6 months. They gave us 6 months. Why am I changing to the? Why am I doing 2 months, 3 months? Kilo day. If she's willing to
You
stay, let her
maximize.
stay. I
You
maximized it,
maximize.
oh.
Honestly, was no,
I
no. I feel you
maximized it.
because for me as
Mhm.
well, my baby was 10 days overdue. Like she came 10 days after the due date. I
Mhm.
was I was literally losing my mind. So she came at 41 weeks and 3 days. You
Wow.
know, she was supposed to be born in August. She
Mm.
moved in September. And one reason that thing used to pain me is because of these early starts, late
True,
starts.
true, true,
So because
true,
of
true,
that, she's
true.
going to start school a year after she's supposed to, which
Oh my god. Did you
pain.
did you try things like, did you try all this
I
eating of
tried
steak,
everything
eating
in the book.
okra, ewedu and all that?
I tried. But sometimes when I see people make those kind of, I'm just like, you know what? People bodies are different. Like things are different. I was
Yeah.
induced. When I was 41 weeks, I went to the hospital for induction. Induction did not work for 3 days. Like the induction started on Sunday. Baby came on Wednesday. See,
Yes. She came
it
when she
was.
wanted to came. She took her sweet
She
time.
took
Like I
my
can't be
sister. I
rushed.
was, but my husband was the happiest because he was born in September. So it was like his
Oh,
birthday. Man.
cool.
I was born in August. I'm
Okay.
August, which was so I was happy for two things: my birthday month mate, and also that she will start school at 4 as she's supposed to. But anyway, as God will have it. So mothers are heroes. Like everybody should. Like men supposed to be giving their wives
My sister,
monthly motherhood because you're literally
like
putting your life on
seriously.
the line. I was
Mm-hmm.
watching. I was just like literally watching the video of my delivery just before I went live. Let me look at it. Let me not post the place where I'm coming. See, I don't know if you can see.
Okay. Oh. Oh, so you did induction. What do you call that thing?
Induction. So they induced
Mm-hmm.
me, and when the thing was not working, it was affecting the baby's heartbeat. So I was this close to an emergency section. Like my
Okay.
best story was like a miracle because as at 5:30, as at 5:20 a.m. on Wednesday,
Mm-hmm.
the midwife on shift was already planning that she's not the one that's going to take my delivery because this baby refused to come. So she was just having her own time. She was doctors came. I know that in the UK when you see doctors, it means that there's an issue because midwives are the ones
Yes.
that are supposed to do their thing.
Do
So the doctor
everything. Mm-hmm.
came and was like, that she would recommend CS and blah blah blah. So I said, no problem. That me, I'm not the people that will say, go forbid.
I don't
If
want
it's
CS.
necessary, it's
So.
necessary.
Mm-hmm.
But I just told them, give me a few minutes, I'm coming. My sister, I had a koshataya bada bada ba. Hey, on that
Ah.
bed. I said, God, my issue was not the CS. I told myself, I said, if I knew that CS was going to be I would have done the CS on a due date in
Test
August.
day, 38th day,
Would have
38 weeks.
waited even at
Mm-hmm.
38 weeks. I would have even done the CS at 40 weeks. I would have waited 10 days after suffering 3 days contraction.
Mm-hmm.
As I
Mm-hmm.
spoke the spark, hey, I was on epidural, so I was not supposed to feel like pain. I was not telling the midwife that I'm feeling something. She was like, that was happening that I should be pressing the epidural. So I pressed. I said I'm feeling something. The doctor left us at maybe like 5:15, five
Mm-hmm.
forty-five. My baby came. Like it was because when the doctor was leaving, I was still 2 centimeters. Even with all the induction, I was still 2 centimeters. And
Yeah.
how God did it, I went from 2 to 10 in 30 minutes.
Minutes.
Ah, anybody that said there's no God, I don't know what I'm gonna tell you. It was a
Actually.
miracle. And when the midwife I
Right.
said, okay, let me check what is causing you pain. My baby's head was like already out. She was like, so she was running, putting glove because as I said, this lady was ready to go home. Because since yesterday night, baby did not come. So she's
Baby
like,
didn't
well,
come.
let's
Yeah.
see. So honestly, best stories are different. And if you're watching this, take all the okra if you want to take. Work all the work if you want to take, but don't put pressure on yourself. And I've told
Exactly.
my friends that are like about to give birth, see, when they tell you that CS is the next, don't. Sometimes I see stories of women that die because they prolonged, like they said no CS, no CS. And it's
Mm.
always sad because if a doctor tells you that CS is the next, he knows what he has seen. You are not. Yes, you can pray. You can be like me. Tell them to give you some minutes and pray. But if it's still like you just go for it. The
Yeah.
most important thing is that mommy is fine and baby is fine, and
For me,
So
my
now my
own
next
definition.
question. Sorry,
Yeah, I was
you are
just going
going.
to say, for me, my own definition of Hebrews woman delivery is for the mom and the baby to be safe.
That's it.
The means at which the baby came out is entirely not
Oh,
up for discussion. The cocoa
yeah,
is that mom is safe, baby is safe.
yeah,
Apart from that, like that is Hebrews. That's the definition of Hebrew women delivery. It's
yeah.
not by
To be fair,
vaginal birth or
yeah.
anything. And
I even
God
tell
that gave the
people
doctors. Yeah, I was just going to say that God that gave the doctors the knowledge to be able to do CS. He gave them that
they know what they
knowledge.
are doing.
They know
Yes.
what God knows what He's doing. So
Mhm.
nobody should be running from CS or anything. I beg.
I even tell people that let us even stop calling vaginal delivery normal delivery. Say vaginal delivery, say CS. CS
Yes,
is also
yes.
normal. Like that stigma of is it normal delivery? I'm like, which one is not normal
No,
delivery?
but I just usually feel like, why are you asking in the first instance? I've delivered this, I've
Normal.
delivered. Why are you asking me if it's vagina? Why do you want to know about my vagina? Why do you want to know about my tummy? Mm, How is your
People are
baby? You've
very
delivered. Oh,
intrusive.
nice, beautiful. If you want to tell me, if you're close to me and you want to tell me that it was CS or it was vagina, all well and good.
But
But
I'm
you
never
shouldn't be
gonna
asking
ask.
people. You shouldn't be asking people, was it vagina delivery? What was your business? Kilo fair fish. What do you want to
Mhm.
use it to do? So that's just my own
I'm
opinion.
seeing it. Do you even know the funniest thing? So I'm streaming this also on my TV, just
Mm-hmm.
so that I can see what we look like on TV, and my phone is here. I'm seeing questions on my TV, but my phone has refused to show me.
It's not
So if you give
showing.
me, yeah.
Okay.
So somebody said, so what causes tears in vaginal delivery? For me, I had my baby, as they said, was small, but still I had 2 degree tear, and it can be the different a number of factors. Maybe the baby's head is big, like very big. Maybe the position of the babies. I think my baby's one was the position, because apparently, like she was instead of like this, she was like this.
Yeah.
So by the time they were able to like turn her, they had a tear. For some, when they use like forceps to help you bring the baby out, you can have a
Yeah.
tear. And for
Yeah.
some people, some women don't know how to push. So some women just push like, it's coming, and they and everything will tear. So as they used to say, you're like, oh, my sister, I don't even know how to. This session is not to teach you how to push, but yeah, the different things that causes tears. So yeah, Grace said delivery is delivery. Thank you for the
Yeah.
comment. Okay, so because of our time, so my next question is going to be about balance, and I know that this is one question that you probably have heard a lot of times, like every mom hears it, especially as someone that works. The first time I saw your Instagram page, I'm like, I'm sure this lady says stay at home mommy. She don't. But when
Mm.
you made a post and said you work full time, I'm like, we must come and learn because you work, you have your husband, you have your child, you're a content creator, and I've seen how your Instagram page has grown, and I'm always like, yes, go for it, yes, and it's important that people learn like tips here and there on how to balance things, just so
Mm.
that we can thrive. And I want you to point out maybe ways that you've so I realized that when a baby comes, it affects the relationship between the couple. Like, I don't know if you experienced that. Like for the first few weeks of my child, my husband was like a stranger. Not even first few weeks, even up until like even the first year, you have moments where your focus is on the child, has the child eaten, and for some reason you will not even know when you and your partner are already like not gelling like
Yeah.
you're supposed to be,
Mm-hmm.
and things like that. So, what are the things that you have put in place with your spouse on how to still have your own lovey-dovey moments? Because when these children grow up and go to their own husband and wife's houses or whatever, it's you and
Mm-hmm.
that your spouse that is going to, be left. So,
Exactly.
what are the things that helped you, and also managing work and motherhood, childcare? Help us point to that. How you're able to navigate all of that.
Yeah. So as regards that, childcare is one of the biggest adjustment a woman can ever face. Like
Mhm.
I remember before I had a baby, if I hear that, oh, this woman has given birth and now she's no longer going to work, I'll be like, oh, why is she doing that? She's not she doesn't want to achieve, she doesn't want to move forward in her career. But there's
Oh
some
my
things
god.
that you shouldn't say until you experience.
Yeah,
Like when I
definitely.
experience right now, I feel like as much as I want to move forward in my career, I want to be a career woman, I want to make my own money. My sister, if I'm given the option to be a full-time housewife, just taking care of my child and the home,
Yeah,
I would gladly choose it because
I'll go for it. Yeah.
it's very stressful, it's very
Mhm.
demanding. And the thing is that even though you have a very supportive partner, our psyche as a woman makes us do more work
Mhm.
emotionally than men.
Mhm.
We
Mhm.
women are more
Definitely.
invested. We're more invested. The things we women take to heart are more than what men take to heart.
Definitely.
So when it comes to first time parents, it would take a toll on your relationship, to be honest, because
Yeah.
there are some things you hear in your head, you think in your mind, you see in your head that a man
Mhm.
does not think in
Mhm.
his head. And you being the one that had gone through that delivery process and all, I feel like you are more invested in that child than your
Yeah.
partner. Your partner is
Yeah.
the father. Yes, he loves his child. And I'm not saying my partner or other people's partner do not love their children, but you wouldn't lie that you wouldn't, nobody would tell me that you doing the delivery who does not have more emotions more than the man that
Yeah.
just was just say, oh, push, you can do it, you can do it. You have more
Yeah.
emotions, so I remember when the baby, sometimes when the baby is crying, I couldn't undo when I gave my initial, I couldn't undo Paris tears. Like if she's crying, I
Mm.
couldn't. I am my
I
body
was
would be biting me. Sorry for
shaking.
the Yoruba.
Yeah.
Like, my husband would be like, calm down. And I'll be like, why will you be telling me to calm down? My baby is crying. I want to talk to my baby.
Yeah.
And that used to cause strife between us because Eve was feeling like, I love my baby, but you're making it seem like I don't love my baby.
Mhm.
And me, I'm feeling like, oh, I love my baby. You don't want me to show my baby that I love my baby. That kind of. So it was
Yeah.
causing so much. So, we just had to sit down and discuss with ourselves to let ourselves know that we just need to communicate. Because I just tried to tell him, I told him at a point in time that the way I feel when this baby is crying, I feel somehow that my
Yeah.
body is doing me somehow. I had to Google, and me, I research a lot.
Mhm.
You tell me something now, I will believe you. But for me to just get second,
Yeah.
opinion, I'll go
Yes,
online
ma'am.
now, try
Mhm.
to do so. I Googled, why is it? Why am I feeling so when my baby is crying? They said it's normal. Initially, that's how you feel. So I showed it to him that this is normal. So one thing you should try for is communication with your partner. If you communicate with your
Yeah.
partner, tell them what you're actually going through. I feel like they will understand. So I sat in them, I say, see, they say science, research, I've researched that women know when their baby's crying, you used to do them one
Yeah.
kind. So when I'm like, hey, give me my baby, give me, understand that it's not really, I'm not doing it intentionally. It's just, what I'm feeling at that point in time. So I feel that that was what
Mm.
helped us most, like communication. I communicated with my partner, let him know what I was experiencing. And I thank God for a supportive partner.
Yeah.
He understood that at that point in time. And I'm appreciative for my mom because she was here the first 6 months of my baby's life. So
Yeah.
it really took the stress off me. And I know that during the period she was with me, I did not cater to the baby. The only thing I did was
Yeah.
breastfeed. At the point in
Mhm.
time, at the point in time, I was not making so much milk. I was not making
Yeah,
milk enough.
lactation
And
milk.
my mommy
Yeah.
was like, I should give up. Baby will be taking formula. But I just felt like if I stop breastfeeding, what would I do for this child? Because my mom was doing
Yeah,
everything.
because she was doing everything.
Was waiting. My baby was sleeping with my mom. My baby was the only thing I would do in the morning because obviously fashionista like me, I would just bring out my baby's clothes. This is what the baby should wear. That's all I
Mhm.
do. She was doing everything. So in
Ah,
my mind,
God
if
bless
I stop
mommy.
breastfeeding, what would I do for this girl? This girl would think my
Mhm.
mommy is her mommy. Oh. So I took that breastfeeding as my own duty. I took that
That's
like
a
as my own.
point.
Yeah, I took that breastfeeding as my duty. So my mom was around. I really appreciate God for her. And I know that there are some other moms out there that might not have the opportunity to have their mom around. Like, I know how
Mhm.
you would feel because feeling like if my mom was here, she would have helped me more. So
Mhm.
one thing you should does if your mom, the other thing you should just do is like just balance with your partner. Both of you should
Yeah.
you are in it because I feel like because my mom was around, my partner didn't really do so much as if my mom was not around. Because all
Yeah.
those ones that they will say baby cries in the night and they be disturbing the parents. I didn't, my mommy took care of that. My baby took formula from birth and
Yeah.
all. So in the night, we slept like log of wood, me and my
Yeah.
husband.
Yeah.
So
I wish. The first
uh,
time I slept, sorry to interrupt, the first time I slept through the night was, I think, 3 months ago. Like that I slept since I had a
mm,
child, that I slept through the night. And I know that if my mommy is watching this, she's gonna come for me. But one thing I've told myself that I'm going to do with my second child or my future children is that formula, the African grandparents say, is clinical. Well, you will drink it from bed. So
oh,
because
so did you do exclusive?
yes,
Did you do exclusive?
till
Oh, so
around my plan was to do 6 months, but at 4 months I fell sick. So
mm,
when she was 4 months, we had to buy formula. But she took it for like a day or two, and then I continued breastfeeding. Because when you don't
mm,
breastfeed, like your breast will be so hard, and so
yeah,
I just have
yeah.
to. And currently, this woman, that my baby, she's a woman. She's 18 months, and we're still fighting that she should stop breastfeeding.
Oh my
Like I still breastfed
goodness.
her before I came on this live session. I said,
Oh my
so I'm saying
god.
that me now, so because she was not used to the formula, when we now introduced it, she was like, what are you people
Mm,
giving me? So one thing that I'm going to do when I have my future children is I'm going to put the
do
two together.
formula.
People that put
Yeah.
their brain to do formula, they know what they are doing. Formula does not kill. So if your
Doesn't
Your
kill, my
mother is
sister.
telling you that formula kills. I don't know, but formula does not kill. See, if
For
you see
me,
Paris, all of you go and see Paris. She's a fine baby girl, and she took formula, and she's fine, and it's because people will say, if your child does not take exclusive breast milk, they're not going to be intelligent. Paris is intelligent. She
ah,
knows
yes,
book.
oh, yes,
She
oh,
knows
thank
book already,
you,
and she's
thank
not stupid,
you.
and she took
But
formula.
to be very honest with you, I plan to do exclusive. See, when we get further into the show, there are plenty things I planned
Yeah.
as a mother because sometimes when you see some things online, Oma, you would desire it. So they say exclusive is the best, is the clinical. Oh well, and good. That was what I planned. But whoa, man proposes, yeah, and God will say this will be that. I was so sick for 2 months, for 2 weeks. I was I
Imagine.
was sick. I was so sick. I was When I saw the doctor's report, my kidney function was already
Oh
performing
man.
below normal. Like I was already having issues with my kidney in the hospital. So
Hmm.
I was not breastfeeding was not even in my head. I wanted to do escape, but it was not in my head. So my
Yeah.
baby has already taken formula for 2 weeks. In my mind, waiting I want to do exclusive
There's
for
no exclusive is
no
even more
the month
exclusive.
where they say the month we say we want to, we want it to be only exclusive milk. Formula has touched it. So why am I kidding? So by the
Not
time we eventually
touching
got
you.
home with
Yeah.
my mom was, before if I was sleeping, so my mom's come and wake me that come and breastfeed. She would have gone made for formula. And
Yeah.
the thing is that my mommy was a nurse. She was a pediatric
Uh,
nurse. Yes. So
it's your
she,
mommy that bore your baby.
exactly. So she knows the kind of things that she knows
She knows
formula
what
no
she's
dey kill
doing.
and all
Yeah.
that. So
Yeah.
she should have done formula for me. Baby, I would have woken up. Mommy, I want to breastfeed. I want to breastfeed. She's like, oti
But
gel.
I need 2 hours time.
But I wanted to, so I really struggled with making
Yeah.
enough milk for my baby. I just gave up that baby
Mm-hmm.
girl the formula that you would take, and I feel like that really also helps because I know
Mm-hmm.
breastfeeding is one of the major stress like for moms.
Yeah.
Breastfeeding is one of the major stress mom go through. So if you can delegate breastfeeding to formula, then any care you have, your mom, your partner will be able to, stand in for you
Yeah.
and do those
Definitely.
things. When you are having your beauty sleep, when you take a walk, your husband has already made the formula for your baby. I'm not advocating for
Exactly.
formula, please. Oh, please. I'm not advocating
Me,
for
I'm
formula.
advocating for
It's
formula if
a personal
anybody says advocating. Because some people will tell you that you can pump the milk and then give. My issue with pumping breast milk was, for me, pumping was painful. Like, I
yeah,
tried different pumps, it was extremely
yeah.
painful. And
Mm-hmm.
I realized that the way the milk comes out when I pump is not as much as when she takes it directly. And
Okay.
sometimes after spending hours pumping, and then I put it in a bottle for her, she puts it in her mouth and she's like, "What's this bottle?
What's
Do you understand?
this?
What's this
Mm-hmm.
bottle?" So she's not even interested at all. So because of that, I'm just like, why am I wasting my time? Sometimes, most times, the milk had already started. I had to pour them away because she's not having it, except if it's direct. But imagine if it was
Mm-hmm.
formula, no matter the time of the day, no matter where you are. And another thing
Mm-hmm.
that breastfeeding does is, see, before somebody thinks that I hate breastfeeding, no, I love the fact that God put that in place because it gives
Mm-hmm.
one kind of bond between mother and child that nothing else can.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to weigh your options. Breastfeeding in public is not for the weak. Like, it got to a point, I'm just like, you know what? Anybody that stays at home should stay at me, because what do you expect me to do?
Exactly. My
And so
baby
people
needs
should
to
weigh their
eat.
options. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
weigh your option. I think that's what is important.
Yeah.
And
And don't be
understand what will
rigid.
not stress
Don't be
you.
rigid. Yeah. I
Yeah.
know of somebody that she was not lactating well, but her husband was telling her that the other women were, yeah, other women
Doing
breastfeed.
it.
My mommy breastfed me till 15 months. Keniko, Keniko. I'm like, you can't compare me with your mother. If I was your mother, if you want me to be your mother, go and let your mother
I'm
be your
happy.
mother.
And your mother give it for you.
You know exactly how I wanted to say. Because that comparison alone, it is very, very unfair on mothers. So know yourself. If you know they are not pumping enough, please get an option. For some people, they overpumped. They overproduced milk, and because of that, they had to even keep pumping and pumping. God bless you. So do you, and don't be rigid,
Yeah.
because
Yeah. Yeah, I feel so. That should be at the end of the day. Like, just do what is best
yeah.
for you. If exclusive breastfeeding is what you want to do and it works for
Mhm.
you, oh well. Some people are lucky. The breast milk is just like tap. Well,
Mhm.
for me, I struggled. I ordered lactation tea
Yeah,
online. I did
that
different
was
solution.
morning.
My mommy even,
Yeah.
I hate pap. I hate it so much, but because I wanted to lactate, I tried pap. But I vomited. I couldn't take it. I tried my best, but at the end of the day, when it wasn't working and my baby was
Mhm.
hungry, I had to just leave it for formula. But I
Yeah.
really, really love breastfeeding because
Yeah.
it is I during my moment of breastfeeding, it felt like a secret between me and my baby. Only the only thing I could do for my baby that nobody else could
Mm-hmm.
do. It
Mm-hmm.
was a very beautiful experience, I wouldn't lie. Only
Mm-hmm.
my daddy couldn't breastfeed her. My mommy couldn't breastfeed her. No stranger in the world could breastfeed her. Only me
Yes.
can breastfeed you. So it felt so beautiful for me. So I
Mm-hmm.
did it. So we did the mix of both, and it was a very beautiful experience. I can see
Yeah.
Grace Okweoluwa is a big advocate for breastfeeding. So yes, I love breastfeeding, but it can be a struggle for some moms,
Yeah.
and
Yes, I cannot even see your comments. I don't know why. I can't. I'm looking at the TV. And maybe I think it has gone ahead. I advocate for breastfeeding honestly because of course it gives that antibodies and like my baby, she
yes,
has in her 18 months of life, she only fell sick once. And that was like just because nursery when she started going to nursery, all those when
mm,
they will be bringing you things
yeah, they
from
pick
nursery.
up bugs in the
So that
nursery.
breastfeeding gave the antibodies. But I'm not saying don't breastfeed. I'm saying while breastfeeding, you can have support with formula
Yes,
get little by little, even if it is for the night, so that the baby sleeps through the night. You sleep through the night. Like
exactly.
even if it's just midnight drink is formula, it helps because formula stays better in their tummy than breast milk
Hmm.
that is 70%
Yes,
water.
very
But
true,
anyway,
very true, very true.
yeah,
And I know that when I see people's videos online talking about how stressful the postpartum stage, the newborn stage was, I didn't experience that. And I keep feeling like,
God bless your mommy. Tell your mommy, tell her
God
that we are
bless
sending
her.
our love.
Yeah, so God bless her and God bless Formula, because if I was doing exclusive, she would wake me up every two
Yeah,
hours to give my baby
that
milk.
happened to
Because
me. Yeah,
as you mentioned, if you do your research, anybody watching you, breastfeeding is very, very light. Breast milk is
yeah,
very, very light, rather.
seventy
Formula is
percent
more
water.
filling. So
Yeah,
when you give a baby formula, they sleep longer through the night than breast milk. So breast milk, you breastfeed frequently. So God bless my mom, God bless people that created formula. You
formula.
did really well. They did really well. So yeah.
Okay, thank you. Our time, man. See how it's flying. I was trying to catch up. Someone said, Maureen said, I did exclusive breastfeeding for my 4 kids, which is the best. As we said, everybody should do them. So if you're
Exactly.
lactating enough, so before people will go and report this video, please, so we're not telling you not to breastfeed,
Not
though.
to
We
breastfeed,
are
exactly. Oh.
saying, we are saying that if you are not lactating enough, if, for example, like Okpeda did a CS and she could not start breastfeeding immediately, you are still trying to recover, you have health conditions, it's taking a toll on you. As a midwife once said, breastfeeding is beautiful, but the moment you start feeling like whenever
Yes.
you want to breastfeed and you start feeling like no, I don't want to do this, then stop, because that bonding will not be there. It's just be like a routine, and
Yeah.
your baby is going to notice, your baby is going to feel that no, there's a disconnect
Yeah.
here. So breastfeeding is
Mhm.
supposed to be beautiful, but if for your own health or for your mental wellness you're unable to do so, please substitute with formula or add formula to the breastfeeding that you're doing, and God
Yeah.
will bless. Yeah, so do what works for you depending on your
Yeah.
circumstance.
Just want
So
to add
as
something small to that. Yeah, I saw somewhere doing my research that if breastfeeding is taking a toll on your health, stop. Yes, it's the
mm-hmm.
best for your child, but stop, because
So
if you are not 100%, if you are not doing well in
mm-hmm.
yourself, you can't do well for your child. So I want
Yeah,
to breastfeed. I want to breastfeed. If it's taking a toll on your health, you can't function well. You can't do, because breastfeeding is not the only thing a child needs to thrive. Let's be sincere.
exactly.
Your child needs other things. They need to be baited for, cleaned
Yeah.
up. They need to
Mm-hmm.
be activities. You need to engage your child. So
Mm-hmm.
you cannot just breastfeed and say, I'm breastfeeding, my baby is going to be the best child. No, if it's taking a toll on your mental health, your physical
Yeah,
health, then you need to do something about it. Do
yeah,
something about it, and so that you can do the best thing for your child. So
yeah.
that's it.
Honestly, as they always say, a child needs their moms to like a child needs a good mom or a well mom. How do they say that thing?
Mm-hmm.
Your child needs you to be well. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Somebody said quality of the breast milk even reduces if mom is not healthy. Healthy mom
Mm-hmm.
is and healthy baby is the goal. Exactly, that's the most important thing. So your
Mm-hmm.
child will need you to thrive. You need to be in good health mentally and physically. So you can't
Mm-hmm.
say okay, oh, I must just focus on this child, and then you are losing yourself, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
that postpartum, hey, Paris baby,
She just woke up from her sleep.
hi, darling. We're just talking about you. That you're very brilliant and smart. Thank you for joining us. Okay, so let me rush so that Paris can have a moment to herself very soon. So let me just jump to the first question. I wanted to ask a question on self-care for moms
Mhm.
before, but I'll add it to okay, Papa is coming back.
Sorry. about
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
So I went live again on Instagram. So if you're watching this on Instagram, go to YouTube, link in bio, because I know that a lot of people are used to like Instagram live. Yeah. So I want us to talk about. I know that a lot of people are waiting for like this part where because I've seen like in your videos, the comments, people are asking, oh, what educational tools do you use for your child? Your child is 2 years old, and she reads, she recognizes colors, animals, a lot of things. And I know you mentioned it that she doesn't go to nursery yet, so because
Mm-hmm,
some people feel like, if my child is not going to nursery, how are they going to know all of these things? So
mm-hmm,
how, like, what tools are you using that is helping you, that you think will help other moms, and link that up with the other question on activities. So we both
mm-hmm,
live in the UK, but moms are in the UK. Sometimes you find it hard to get the activity that your child needs. And when they become toddlers, these children don't want to stay in one place because it's also good for their development. So tips on getting, those educational tools at affordable
mm-hmm,
prices, and also tips on how can we find the best place to take our child to around us. Like, is there like a way? Should we just
mm-hmm.
Google baby soft? I don't know. It's your call. Yeah.
Yeah. So my first educational tool for my baby was reading, to be honest. So
Mhm.
I'm based in Scotland. So they really advocate for reading. There's even a reading there's a reading community called
Mhm.
bookbug. So it starts from in the womb. They believe that you should read to your baby from the tummy.
Yeah.
I know. So I my first educational tool was reading, to be honest. So I during my pregnancy, I tried to get sensory books for my baby and all. So when
Mhm.
I gave birth to her, and I was reading to her, as they said, that is the best,
Mhm.
for your
Mhm.
child. But as at that 3, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, even up to 7, 8 months, it felt like she was not interested in the book. I
Yeah.
carry the book like this, come and read. She will crawl away. She would. So, but the thing is that this book thing, you at that point in time, and I'm just going to be talking to other moms, that have kids, have your younger kids or pregnant moms as well. Keep at it,
Yeah.
because it was just one day she just came. She carried a book and she was like, I should read. I was like, this person that I was reading to last week, she was
Yeah.
running away. I was reading to her. She was not interested. All of a sudden, she brought the book, and from that particular time that she brought a book for me to read, she was always interested in book. So I usually read to her. And one trick to reading is I usually make jest of my husband. When my husband is reading to her, he would just open the book. Apple, ball, and the kitty cat. That's not how to read to a child. I tell him, I say,
Yeah.
watch Miss Rachel. When you're reading to a child, a baby, not a child, safe, a baby, a toddler, you need to be animated.
Yeah.
You need to be
Babies,
dramatic.
like, yeah, very
So
dramatic.
at that moment, they are not really interested in that book. They are interested in you and that
Mhm.
drama you're creating.
Mhm.
So when
Mhm.
you're reading a story for them, the boy climb the apple tree. Like, it makes them interested.
I
And
love
that is
it.
what, yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I do. That's what I was doing for my baby when I started reading for. I was very animated. I'm usually very animated when I read to her.
Mhm.
I'm usually very animated when I read to her. When I read a book to her, you know, funny faces, and she's always laughing. So most times
Mhm.
I feel like it's not really the book she wants at that moment, it's me.
Mhm.
But at that my drama. So but at that moment, that drama I'm creating, she's learning from it.
Yeah.
So that was the first tool I used. But then as she grew up, I realized that she grew up, and I have to go back to work. I realized that
Yeah.
this books, I wouldn't be able to survive
Yeah. All
on
the
it.
time.
I want to
Mhm.
be working. I can't be animated all the time. I can't be dramatic all the time. Let another
Yeah.
person be dramatic to you. And I remember one of my elder cousins telling me then that, oh, that child watched TV from young, and a child is like is going to 2, 3 years right now, and the child,
Mhm.
there's nothing wrong with the child. She watched screen.
Yeah.
So I just believe that there should be balance. If
Balance.
you're
Yes.
if you're going to be reading for your child, all well and good. If you're somebody like me, that stay at home mom, a full time mom, then you need other avenues to entertain your child.
Mhm.
Especially now that especially if your child is not going to nursery. Like we now, we're not. My baby's not going to nursery. I work full time, but thankfully I have an hybrid role. Then my husband's role is also a fully remote role. So
Wow.
because of that,
Bless.
we are able to just juggle childcare
Yeah.
between us. And thankfully, my mommy was there the first 6 months of my baby's life.
Yeah.
And I was on maternity the next 6 months because in the UK they allow us to be on
Yeah.
maternity
One
for
year.
one
Mm-hmm.
full year. Yeah. So as soon as I resumed work, we also made my mom, my dad, my husband's mom come in.
Ah.
My husband's
Oh,
mom.
you people.
My husband's mom came in and she was here for like 5 months too.
Ah,
So that's the childcare that I've
I
had to
love
be
it.
sincere.
Ah.
That's the childcare and my husband's mom has a bit of experience in nursery care with babies with
Uh,
children. So it also helped. So books
Now I wish I
first.
was your neighbor. I wish I was your
Abi,
neighbor.
so you be beside us.
Ah,
You will bring my baby girl, you bring her home, to come and play with her bestie now.
yeah.
Yeah, so
Ah,
that
girl.
helped. So we used
Mm-hmm.
I used books, then the screen. And to be sincere, we used the screen, but I try to strike a balance with it. So there are some days go by that she doesn't watch the screen.
Yeah.
Some days
Yeah.
go if we're not busy.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, my baby is disturbing.
No, no, no. If I disturbing care, no, that's not your baby. Is being a baby. She's not disturbing.
Okay,
Babies are
okay.
just babies. Yeah.
Thank you. So that was that. Then for books, I usually go to charity stores to get books. They're very affordable in charity stores. Then also, I usually target when they're doing sales, Black Friday sales, spring
Mm-hmm.
sales, and all that. You see, if you go to all these shops, all these bookshops, and all, you see
Mm-hmm.
them drastically reduce the prices. But majority of the books I have, I got them from charity stores.
Mm-hmm.
Then also, my if you're in the UK, please talk to your health visitor because most of the
Mm-hmm.
communities free activities that I go take my baby to, I got them through my health visitor. So I remember the first time she came, she gave me a big pamphlet of baby activities around, and I feel like because they understand that you are going to be on maternity leave for a whole year,
Yeah. Yeah.
they know that you need to do something, you need to
Mm-hmm.
engage your child. So she gave me a pamphlet, and because here in the UK they use Facebook a lot, most of them were Facebook pages
Facebook
where you
group.
can where
Yeah.
they post events, baby events, book blogs and all that. So
Mm-hmm.
if you're in the UK, talk to your health visitor. If your health visitor is not visiting soon, call them and ask them that you
Yeah.
want community baby
Yeah.
communities around you
Yeah.
that
You
are
can
free.
join.
Can they
Yeah.
help you with that? It might be far from where you are, but at least if you take it, maybe if you're very intentional, once a month, try to take your baby to
Yeah.
those kind of
You meet other
activities.
moms as well with their
Exactly.
children.
Exactly. And through those activities, you get to know about more activities. Right now,
Yeah.
I got a free membership to be a member of the gym in my community, and I got it through one of the communities
Mm-hmm.
one of the community centers I used to go to with Paris every week. So one thing is talk to your health visitor if you have one, coming around, will be able to help you, give you more ideas about free baby activities in your area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just to add to that, even if your health visitor is not visiting, because I mean they visit like in just those very first weeks, but they tell
Mhm.
you that call them when you need them. And
Yeah.
one thing I'm learning the most in my motherhood journey is when somebody says, call me when you need me, it's not a cliche. It's not like they're just saying it. Call
Mhm.
them if you need
Yes, it's
them.
their duty to respond to you. It's
Yes,
their
it's their
duty,
duty. Yes, and
their
because
job.
around me, one thing that I think was even my GP that told me that there's a center just close by, like for every borough region. That I think every Tuesday or Thursdays or whatever it is, it might be different for cities and stuff. They are always open for just walk-ins, because sometimes before you book appointment with your GP it might take a long time, but there are
Mhm.
some centers that you can just walk in if you have like any worries about your baby. There was a time I had worries that this my baby is not eating well, so I took her to one of those walk-ins and they checked her weight, checked her breath, and like, I know your baby is fine. Maybe she was teething. I think she was teething at that time. First time
Mhm.
on we Google. After we Google, we stress that my baby is not breathing. We'll do like this.
Yeah.
Is she breathing? Is she clinical? So you can check that. And honestly, that 1 year thing that you talked about, every time I remember that I did not get to experience it, I shed a
Oh.
little tear because for us, when I just newly moved to the UK, in fact, UK weather do me strong thing. It's the
Oh.
winter of the UK that we enter that make me have belly. Is that wind? Is that winter? Because the plan is
Oh
that
my
we are
gosh.
coming. we're coming here to work. The same month that we come, and she baby enter. Even though I didn't know until like 7 weeks after.
Oh my
But
goodness.
honestly, so imagine just trying to settle into the new country. I had gotten a job. I started the job, found out I was pregnant. And on that job, let me even say, I think this is my first time I'm going to say it live because people need to understand that relocation is not just jackpa. Like, no, for some people it's not jackpa. Some people is like, I know that God wants me to go to this place, like for this phase of my life. But people also need to understand that people go through things also abroad, People back home will think that how this person is abroad, everything is jailed, everything is fine. My sister, I came to the UK in November of what year was that? 2 years plus ago. And it was in that November I got pregnant. I didn't even know because I mean, just like you, I didn't speak, I didn't nothing. I was fine. I was still climbing, running.
Mm,
I was fine. So December I got a job. It was, I mean, care job. That's what like a lot of people like get first when you're just like trying to
mm.
settle and stuff. On my first day at the job, somebody kicked me and slapped me. And that landed me in A and E. And that was when I knew I was pregnant. Funny story.
Jesus.
And this is like my first time saying, and I'm almost like shedding a tear saying it because of
So,
that incident. I had
sorry,
like,
it was like kicked you not just once or twice, repeatedly, repeatedly.
kicked me and slapped me like it was papa, like together. And this
Okay, then
person
maybe
that
it
was,
coupled with the pregnancy hormones, it
yes,
made you to
yes, because the kick is not like straight. The person kicked me in my tummy.
oh
So
my
it was
god.
like, Jonas, and this person is like a resident who like caring for people that understand care jobs, understand. This man
Mm,
is huge. He's huge. He's tall, taller than me, bigger
God.
than me. And I'm not even going to go into details, but that happened. And because of that, I had to go into A&E because I was in pain. Like, I'm like, what's happening? And then I got there and then they had to like, first thing when you come as a woman in this UK and you have stomach pain issue, first thing is
Pregnancy test.
pregnancy
Are
test.
you pregnant? When last did
And
you see
then
your
they had to
periods?
take me, and they had to take me to like the heli, whatever, to check because when they said I'm pregnant, okay. So the lady was now checking in the screen, and she was like, "Oh, that's your baby's heartbeat." I said, "Who heartbeat? Where?"
At what month? Maybe
Seven.
it
I
is
was
for like
7 weeks. I knew I was pregnant at 7 weeks and 3 days. Like I was almost halfway in the first trimester, and I was just enjoying my life, not knowing that a baby was growing. And as they used to say all this, you must take folic acid since it's God that sustains a child. Because me, I was not even thinking of
so
pregnancy, so I did not folic acid anything for the first 7 weeks. And then they're like, that's your baby's, and I'm like, are you people sharing baby here? Long room me. I have stomach upset. Give me flagy.
let my
I'm not
tummy come down.
don't dash me a baby. And that happened. So because of that, I still tried to continue on the job, but like, if mentally I just couldn't. So I stopped the
Yeah, you'd
job.
have
So in
had
my
PTSD
mind,
and all that.
yeah. So in my mind, I was like, okay, I'll get another job. And until I had a child, I did not. So because of I didn't work like the number of months you could before
Somebody
getting
asked
that
that, did you
maternity
see your
leave.
period or you were not just even worried?
I was not bothered. Number one, we came into the UK in November. I saw my period, November period. Look, I was talking about period online. YouTube, please don't cancel this video because you're hearing period. Anyway. And then December came, and I did not. But usually, me and my period, we're not friends. So sometimes I
Okay,
don't care
so
too much. If I
yeah,
don't see
very
it, I'm
different.
even happy that I don't see because that thing can stress my life.
Mm,
And then I was suspecting that I might pregnant in that December. But somebody was like, stress of relocation, the weather change, and things happen, and that happened. Anyway, so because of that, I did not work enough to get that 1 year maternity leave. So while I was pregnant, I was
okay.
applying for jobs. As I had my baby 3 months after, I was applying for jobs because I mean that's so yeah. But during that time, I did some volunteering roles and kept
Mm,
myself busy, which helped me eventually wanted to get a job. So if you're coming into the
yes.
UK newly and you're already pregnant or you already have a child and finding a job is not coming forth, look for things to do for volunteering. What am I saying?
Mm,
Volunteering roles, just do something so that eventually when you get that job that you're looking for, you're not just like stagnant. They can see that you've made an impact and
that's
contributed
something.
somewhere. Yeah.
Exactly.
Anyway,
Mm,
okay, let's move very fast. We say we're using 1 hour. 1 hour have almost reached. I think we have just one question. So please, guys, if you have questions in the comments, please just drop your questions. Drop your questions for us. So now let's talk a bit about children nutrition, child nutrition. One thing that worries moms the most in this life is, ah, my baby is not eating. Ah, is my baby big enough?
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw that thing that happened some weeks ago, the trend on babies that were they were selling weight gain something, and babies were like massively big. Did you see those videos?
No, I didn't see it. Is
Ah,
it a
my sister in the
Nigerian thing
UK.
or in the
No, that was
UK?
Nigeria, not UK. That thing cannot never happen in the UK. They will arrest the buyers and the sellers. It was in Nigeria. Somebody was selling weight gain powder or something like that. So you tell you put in your baby's food, and they were somebody said, how do you juggle working and engaging or taking your baby? No, I'm going to ask. Please keep the question. Let me snap it. Sorry, sis. Let me snap this question that I'm seeing on my TV so that we can take the questions. So people were like now coming out. So the mother was even giving a review that this weight gain that clinical baby was just 4 months and was like 7 kg or one
Oh my
ridiculous weight.
God.
And the mother was
Like,
happy. So that brought the news, and people were like, why are you guys stressing yourself this much because of, baby, your child's weight and things like that? So let's talk about healthy eating for children, getting children to love their fruits and veggies as early as possible.
mhm.
We're in the UK, so sometimes people are wondering, "Ah, what are we even going to use for breakfast? What are we going?" Me like this, before I had a baby, I can eat once in a day or
Yeah,
twice. But now
exactly.
with a child, they will say, toddler, 3 meals, 2 snacks, three clinical, 5 snacks. And sometimes social
Mhm.
media is not even helping because people will say, oh, what my baby eats in a day. But these are
Yeah.
Oyinbo people. We cannot eat your Oyinbo food. We are Nigerians. We want as a Nigerian mom that is in the UK, what would be your advice to a mom that is worried about her child's nutrition?
Mm,
How to incorporate all of these healthy things to your baby. Let your child, like, when children are eating, how are we sure that they are eating well and not just
mm.
like eating rubbish like junks and things like that?
Yeah. So
Instagram
one
people,
mistake.
go to YouTube, go to YouTube, go to YouTube. That's where the gist is. See my beautiful guest on YouTube. Sorry, I was telling my Instagram
Instagram.
people.
Yeah. So one
Yeah.
mistake people make is that we are in. I'm a Nigerian. I cannot eat Oyibo food. You
Listen,
as a parent cannot eat Oyibo food, but your
you want to
child
pause.
growing here must eat Oyibo food because they will go to school. They will
Yeah.
serve them Oyibo food. So that was one thing. Anyway, I experiment with food a lot. Like I'm somebody
Mhm.
that can eat. I eat like almost
Anyway, yeah,
everything. Like
yeah,
any
yeah.
like I don't. I'm not very
Same here.
picky. Like oh, it's only
Mm-hmm.
amala. I will eat or
La,
only
la, la.
rice. I can eat
Only
broccoli.
Amalake.
I
Do
can
you
eat
know the price
carrots. I
of a
can eat
Igbo? The price of a
exactly.
Igbo in this country self will make you know that you cannot eat
Abby.
only Amala.
I can eat spinach, I can eat all those their French food. I know as
Yeah,
far as I taste it and it
yeah.
feels good in my mouth. So one thing about me is that I started early with teaching my baby how to eat all this their, Oyibo food in quotes. I was not only about our own Nigerian food because
Can you give
yeah.
examples of the Oyibo food?
Um example like all this, making pancake, broccoli torts,
Potatoes?
all these
Yeah.
chickpeas,
Mm-hmm.
and all those,
Mm-hmm.
lentils and
Mm-hmm.
all those things, spinach,
A
giving
lot
my
of
baby raw
potatoes
potato, Irish
recipes.
potato. I match it
Yeah.
up with I match it with different kind of, I experiment with it. Then something just escaped my mind. I wanted to say something, I escaped my mind. Chicken too. Chicken is very, very cheap here. Chicken is
That
something
one. My baby
very
ate
like
three. She ate three before I came on this live. Then top it with breast
exactly.
milk. Now she's sleeping.
Yeah. Chicken,
Yeah.
broccoli, chickpeas, all these things. Like I used to experiment. Then I tried to follow all these, food bloggers, like all these Oyibo, like white people food bloggers. They're kind
Yeah.
of, food because I know that if I don't teach my baby how to eat this can make my baby become a picky eater when she starts going
Yeah.
to nursery.
Yeah.
They will give them this food if you don't give them in the house. So for that, that was what I was not only restricted to rice. And we Nigerians, what other food do we have? Once we've eaten rice and we've eaten swallow, end of
Mhm.
story. So I do restrict myself to that. I go
Mhm.
to the I see some kind of menu. I go to the shop, I buy it, and I try it. And one mistake more parents and moms used to have here too is just offering their food, baby food only once, and just giving up. As
Mm.
I am like this, any food I give my baby, if she doesn't eat it, I keep it in the fridge. You eat it. You eat it again. You try. I keep trying.
You
And
like
what
it,
I've
yeah.
noticed is that when a child is hungry, they are receptive. It's just like we are
Mhm.
adults too. If you are hungry, anything you see, you go chop. So,
Mhm.
I don't just give my baby food oh, it's 2 hours. She ate 2 hours ago. Let her eat.
Mhm.
She ate 3 hours ago. She should eat now. I try to look at her like, okay, this girl looks hungry now. I offer that food that she's rejected earlier on, you know. I might not
Mhm.
even necessarily offer it immediately. It might be the next day. But I
Yeah.
think that's what has really helped with her eating habit. I don't just give her food like, okay, they say we should be
Immediately.
giving baby food every for 4 hours, every for 5 hours. I observe her. She's hungry now. She needs to eat. She's hungry now. She needs a snack. And
Mhm.
that has really helped me. And another thing too is, I think I've mentioned this on my Instagram page too. People feel like their baby is not eating, but their baby is actually eating. Their baby is not just eating what they feel they should eat. You will
Mm.
want big food like this because you saw somebody on Instagram wants big food for their child and their child finish it. You're forgetting that social media is just a perception. You're not
My
living in the house.
sister.
You don't know if truly that child finished that food, number one. Number two, it's not easy to gauge um quantity online. You
Yeah.
see, if you see you looking at this remote control now, you wouldn't know the true size until I actually tell you that this is
Yeah. Or
that
the
9
weight.
centimeters or
Mhm.
the weight. So the thing is that people usually mistake when you see, oh, what my baby eats in a day, and you see
Mm.
that food on the plate, you feel like this baby is eating much. That food might just be like, now I give my baby just one spoon of food and I ate food waste. I
Yeah.
usually
Yeah.
give her small portions. If she wants more, she tells me more, more. If she doesn't want more, she tells me all done.
Mhm.
So you try with small. If your baby is able to eat that small food, it's all well and good.
Yeah.
And as I said again, I said it on my Instagram page. You guys should just Google the size of a baby's tummy. The size of a
Mm.
baby's tummy is the size of their fist when it's clenched. So, like
Mm.
your baby now, my baby is 21 months. This is our hand clenched. This is the size of our tummy. So imagine the kind of food that will fill it. So don't put unnecessary pressure on yourself, thinking that my baby is not eating.
Yeah.
If they eat just two pieces of fries and drink something on it, chill,
Yeah.
chill, chill till like 2 hours later.
Sorry,
Chill till
baby.
like two, chill till like 2 3 hours later to offer them food again, because that's one important thing that we mothers should understand,
Yeah.
that we shouldn't put unnecessary pressure on our kids to eat so much food. And baby
Mm.
child obesity is real. As much as you
Yeah.
want your child to eat, like, we should also understand there's a thin line between eating too much, eating enough, and obesity.
Mhm.
Your baby, you eat some, there's a particular weight your baby should be so that they can develop right their mental
Yeah.
health and all that. So at the end of the day, just don't put pressure on yourself, and patience. That's what I can just preach. No pressure
Mm.
and persistence. Keep at it. Your baby is not eating out. Keep offering. Keep offering. They will eat one day. How many adults around you don't eat? We are
Very
all
true.
adults I know around me eat. We all eat food. So it's
Mhm.
just a phase right now. Your baby is looking like they're not eating. The day they'll start eating, you will be surprised yourself. So that's just
Mhm.
what I can say about baby diet and food and nutrition.
Yeah. Thank you very much. And just to add, I did a video on my YouTube. I did a video one time and I said that we forget that children are human beings too. Like, and children are also allowed to have interest, right? And
Mhm.
speaking about Igbo food, people don't understand that in as much as we're trying to like introduce new meals to our children, we need to also be cautious of blending. Like sometimes I see people blend. I saw a video where a woman blended egg, beans, and milk into a puree and she gave it to the child. And I said, something that you cannot eat. How do
Cannot
you want
eat.
your child to eat it?
Why?
If you want, and that's why mother, and that's why this thing we are doing is very important. Women, mothers, because it's we that we like stress like this, need to understand the different ways to give your child food. So at particular months, you mash it up. At particular months, you cut it in bite size, things like that. So you don't have to always blend. So if you want to give your child beans, cook it to salt very
Kid and give the
well.
child only that
And
beans.
mash it and give the child beans.
Yeah.
Why are you blending beans and milk?
How you blending me
So
exactly?
I tell myself that what I can't eat, like, because when my child doesn't finish a food, and as I said, I don't like waste, it's me that will eat it. So if I give her
Mm.
something that I cannot eat and she doesn't finish it, it means that that food is going to waste. Even God does not like waste. So instead of us stressing ourselves with this child is not eating, ask yourself what you are giving that child. Is it even presentable? Also,
Mhm.
children eat with their eyes. They like the colors. They like, to
Exactly.
buy plates that are like nicely shaped and things like that for them to enjoy. And as Okpe said, try again, try again. That's like the key. When you offer them
Yeah.
something and they say no, and children like no, my baby, should we say no? She will say no, 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 no. Like she will say no like 5 times, and I'll just stay there and wait. After she's done with that, no, 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 and I'll give her again, and
She
she'll
say,
collect it. So sometimes that their no is just something Miss Rachel taught
they are
them.
that way.
My husband used to say, ah, Miss Rachel, one thing I did not like, she taught my baby how to say no. She will say that no, 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 no. But what she will still collect it though if she wants it. So try again. Don't like just give up that Kofe,
It
ni
should be
no
it. It should be it. Or
oh
my baby
oh
doesn't
thank
like
you.
this. My baby doesn't like that. You just keep at it.
Give them, yeah.
Keep
And
at it.
sometimes what we also don't like can like pass on. Like me, I don't like avocado. So because of
Mm.
that, I offered it to her once and I did not because even me, I don't like
Yeah,
it.
because you don't
So
buy it, you don't
yeah,
eat
so I
it on
don't
your
buy
own.
it. So that kind. So I won't be surprised if my baby grows up and does not eat avocado. I won't be because even me.
Exactly. Yeah,
And
because you
but
something you don't. Mhm.
what I do is, and I think moms should also do is the fact that if your child does not like a particular thing, and you know that you say if you don't like it, look for like a substitute. So avocado fruit. I want my child to eat fruit. If she does not eat avocado, I won't want to stuff her with avocado down when there's banana, when there's orange,
When there are
when there's
other
like
fruits,
other options,
exactly.
other fruits. So don't say, she must eat avocado and toast. If she doesn't want avocado, give her
So
like a
well and good.
healthy
Yeah.
substitute. But don't just give
Alternative.
up and say, try, keep trying until they are
Mhm.
receptive. So I think we should go to our questions from the audience. Everybody, are you still there with us? If we have any more questions, yeah. So last question for you, okay. I think we've covered everything, which is how do you relax and refresh as a busy mom? So that's self-care tips. What do you do? Do you take yourself out on like I'm not now talking about you and your partner, like you yourself? How do you
Mm.
ensure that your mental health do not last dents? What do you do? Tips, tricks, things like that.
Yeah, so one thing, I feel like this is a question that is, everybody will have different answers. So what will refresh me, what will relax me,
Yeah.
might not relax somebody else.
Uh-huh.
So some people might like swimming. I cannot swim, and swimming will not relax me. Some people like watching movies. I love watching movies. Some people are not interested
Yeah.
in movies. They can't be
Yeah.
bothered. They just want to just sit down and press their phone. So at the end of the day, relaxing and refreshing is the time, that
Mm,
time that matters, that the time, getting the time to do what's relaxing and
mm,
refreshing, that is
mhm.
that is what matters. So as we said earlier on, for example, breastfeeding now,
Yeah.
if if you're able to delegate, feeding of your babies, feeding your baby to somebody
Mhm.
else, obviously you have that time to do
Yeah.
what relaxes and refreshes you. Like me now, one thing that relaxes me, I love shopping. I love not even necessarily buying. I like going to
Yeah.
supermarkets. I
Good.
like going to shop,
Yeah.
just going down the aisle,
Sightseeing.
check
Yeah.
sightseeing. Exactly. I love taking walks. I love walking. So getting that time to do those things is
Mm,
what matters to me. And I thank
mm,
God for a supportive partner. As I said
mhm,
earlier on, my partner was somebody that I remember when my mom left and I needed a break. Obviously I was not doing
yeah.
anything. I've taken her for activities maybe on Tuesday. We have gone swimming on Wednesday. I need my own alone time. I'll
Mhm,
tell him that, oh, I want to just go to the city center to see what's happening. Like, go. And one thing he wouldn't call me. He wouldn't call
mhm,
me for
mhm.
anything. Food,
Yeah.
diaper. He just, so when I come out, you didn't even call me and say, what happened if you travel, if you
Husband
leave the
does
country,
that
she will
too.
not take care of the
Exactly.
baby. So like I am
Exactly.
so confident in the fact that right now I'm so confident that if I leave her alone with her dad, I will be
Mhm.
okay. It doesn't come into, so that's just what mom should try to get that time to relax and refresh. And another thing too is that is very important is sleep. You might feel like, oh, you don't
Yeah.
like sleep, or you don't sleep well. I know sleeping cures almost everything. And
Mhm.
you know how they say sleep when your baby is sleeping. It is quite hard to do, but to be sincere, people should try.
Yeah.
Moms should try their best. Like I feel like, okay, when they say sleep, there are other things to be done. As there are other things, laundry, food to make, I
Yeah.
know. But
Mm,
one kind
but
of mentality I have is that if I don't do it, you want milk? Okay, I'm coming. If I don't do it, it's come, mama. If I don't do the laundry, if I don't do the food, we will still be okay. So I try to
please,
prioritize.
please give her milk. Please give her milk.
So sorry.
while I
I
get while I
prioritize
get the
sleeping.
question.
Yeah, I prioritize sleeping. Okay, let's go and get milk.
Like a girl that knows what she wants.
Abi?
Thank you so much, guys, for staying here with us. We're wrapping up. We're wrapping up shortly. It's supposed to be like a 1 hour session, but when two moms connect, there's always so many things to talk about. So many. So if you have questions, please keep them coming. Um, there's one question I saw earlier from which I think has been answered. Um, just a moment. Let me bring out this question I snapped. I had to take the picture because it was showing on my TV. So Grace said, how do you juggle working and engaging or taking your baby out? I think she said a bit of it. That's one thing that she was about to say just now. Talking about the rest, I think when moms rest well, you're able to then show up for your child and show up for your family. Okay. So don't just like write a long list of things to do for your baby. Also write a list of things to do for yourself. So it's not just about your child, your child, your child, your child. You also do something for yourself. One thing that I do is every month I try to get myself a well done, you are doing a good job gift, no matter how small. Like these glasses that is in front of me was one of the gifts I got myself, I think, some months ago. Like, I'm just like, this glasses is fine. I'm gonna get it. And I just tell myself, this is my well done,
Mm-hmm.
good wife, good mom gifts. And I feel like women sometimes we wait for people to reward us, wait for people to like give us that pat on the back. And when we don't get it, we
Yeah.
like get out. Take yourself out, enjoy, shop. See that money you're
Yeah.
saving for your child's school fees. Don't tell you to take out of it, but you get what I mean. And you are saving money for your child's school fees, save money for yourself as well, so that you know that okay, when I've paid all my bills, I've put the savings, I've put everything, I still have something for myself because we are doing so many things. This motherhood we are doing is unpaid. The most thing, the best your partner can do is even to be sending money to your account, give you kisses, give you loving, but it doesn't
Mhm.
even amount to the things that we do. But when we reward ourselves, it internalizes. It's like, oh yes, I'm really doing something great, which is worthy of celebration. So yeah, that is my own tip on. So the question was, I think, which was what you were already addressing, how to juggle. She says, Grace says, how to juggle motherhood, work, and taking your baby out as well. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, how do you juggle working and engaging or taking your baby out? My
Yeah.
sister, to be honest, it's not easy. Oh. Like, some these things look easy online. When you edit
Online, yes,
content, rate it, piece and pick, I mean pick and pieces all the
yeah,
nice
editing
parts.
of the videos,
And
yeah.
as much as I'm a mom blogger, I try to, I blog about my experience, but I understand that I really don't want to put the negative parts of motherhood out there because I feel
Yeah.
like
There's so
it's
much of
already there.
negative
There's so
already.
much
Yeah. There has
there,
to be like same here.
negativity out
Mm-hmm.
there. Yes, as I said earlier on, pregnancy, my expectation of pregnancy was that it was going to be horrible. I'm going to be
Mm,
spitting. I'm going to have big nose. I'm going to do, people already have that. So I want to be that positive ish.
yeah.
That, and again, I'm also looking at my child's future because we don't know where these videos can be can go
Mm-hmm.
to in the nearest future. So I try my best to put, but to be sincere, it's not easy. During my 1 year of maternity, I was free. I used that time and opportunity to explore all the free
Yeah.
activities I would do. But now that I've been working, I've not gone out as much as I used to.
Mm,
So I try to target event like the community center I'm a part of. They
mm.
only do events Mondays to Fridays.
Right.
So if I
I
if
think
I
that's one
want
thing I
to,
also found
yeah,
difficult because
yeah, because they also have to rest during the weekend. Although now
yeah.
they are talking that they might start doing something on Saturdays. I know, and I'll really be grateful for that because they will see me more. I know, but now that I'm working, so when I first resumed work, I usually did was I would take a leave. If I see this is a very beautiful event that I would love my child to
Mm,
be a part of, I take a day leave. I might take half
mm,
day leave just for her. And the good thing about this community center is very close to where I stay. So I take leave purposely because I understand that my baby is not going to nursery. She sees only me and her dad. She watches
yeah.
TV. If
Yeah.
I'm not intentional about the way I put her out there, I might end up having
Social
a child
skills.
that just knows only in the
Yeah.
indoors, the four walls of the house. So I
Mm,
intentionally take leave to, take her out. And another thing is her dad. So I also engage her dad. Oh, babe, you
mm-hmm,
need to, Paris swimming is coming up. You need to
mm,
go. So as much as I'm working, he's doing fully remote. If he has no meetings, then he'll be able to take
Uh-huh.
out. So now that I'm working, it's quite hard. And to be sincere, to be honest, I'm still struggling to find the balance because
Uh-huh.
there are lots of free activities my baby could go for, but they are usually during the week. Then
During
for
the week, yeah.
weekends, then I'm a part. I There's a soft play section in the city too that I take her for. It's very affordable. I think it's like £6 for a child. Parents do, adults don't pay anything. So
Yeah.
it looks like a lot of money, £6, but I sacrificed that money for her to have that,
Mm-hmm.
that experience.
Yeah.
So I'm still trying to find a balance, to be honest. And maybe when I found that balance, I will be able to come back, let you know that okay, oh, this balance
I
I found, this
found,
is how I
yeah.
live. Yeah. So I'm still trying to find a balance. So for these activities, is either I take a leave or I tell her dad to take her.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Apart from that,
Yeah.
during weekends, I try to create my own personal experience for her. And one thing we mothers don't understand is that experience you think is very small, is very basic. To them, is brand new. Going shopping
Mm.
is brand new for them. You have gone shopping. You are maybe 28 years old, 29, 30, 35. You've gone
Mm-hmm.
shopping all your life. But them, they are
Mm-hmm.
just 18 months, 16 months. That shopping experience, you feel, take them shopping, take them to the city, just take them to the park, put them in their pram, let them
Mm-hmm.
just be looking at the trees. It's new to them.
Yeah.
It might be boring or just basic to you, but it's new to your toddlers, it's new to your
Mm.
babies. So these activities are not just, it doesn't have to be structured play
Yeah.
with soft play
Yeah.
and all that. Just taking them out on a walk strapped to their pram, it's enough activity for them.
Yeah.
Just help with their mental development.
Yeah.
So that's it.
Honestly, you're absolutely right. One thing that I loved so much when I moved to the UK was the fact that before you walk for 5, 10 minutes, you found a park. There's a free park. And most
Yeah.
of the parks have swings, all these slides,
Hmm.
swings and things like that. And they are free.
They
Parks
are
in
free.
Nigeria are not free. I
Exactly.
was so like the first time I went to a park, my mind, I'm like, where is the person that will collect money
They'll
from?
collect money. Yeah. It's
So if
free.
you're in the
Oh.
UK, just go outside. Because one thing I noticed with my baby is my toddler. 'Cause she's still a baby, I beg. Even when she's 20, she's still a baby.
It's still a baby to
Is that when
you.
they are indoors for too long, like every day, like it somehow affects them that they begin to like get cranky. So I noticed that when my child is cranky, maybe because she goes to nursery, but because of the weather, they don't like take them to the
They
garden
don't take them
often. So
out.
she's still
Yeah.
indoors. So when we're at home, maybe weekend or something, and I see that we just go to the park. Even if it's just to go downstairs, it's an experience. This morning, as we were
Yes.
preparing to go to church, I went downstairs few minutes earlier and she just ran around like she was chasing, she saw a black bird and she was just chasing the bird. Like that's an experience for them.
Even
Life.
climbing the stairs is an experience. Have you
Yeah.
have you not seen how excited your toddler is when they see the stairs? Stairs. They'll be like, that's an experience. And if you're
Yeah.
don't be feeling like, oh, this mom has taken her baby for explorer, taking her baby to the library. That staircase
Yeah.
is activity for your
Yeah.
child.
Yeah.
Going outside, standing in front of the bus and counting the buses, one bus,
Yeah.
red bus, is activity for them. So like
Exactly.
don't belittle those
Don't
little
wait. Yeah.
activities.
And
Yeah,
don't
that
don't pressure yourself with Instagram. Oh, girls trip. Oh, going on a solo date is my. If you cannot afford it, don't kill yourself. Do the ones that you can afford. Go take your child to the balcony. Take them to the
yes,
free
and
park.
one thing is glamorize it.
Mm.
Put it online. I'm a mom that if I'm taking my baby to the balcony, I will say taking my baby to the balcony today. Glamorize it. Let people feel like
Yes,
this taking your baby to the balcony is a
it's
big deal.
something.
It
Yes,
might not be a
yes.
big deal to you, it's a big deal to that
To
child.
the
So make it
child.
seem
Yeah,
so. Mm-hmm.
yeah. Even indoor activity. I think one thing that I even want to try out with my child this coming month is painting indoors. Like I'll just look for one plastic cover to cover our chairs. Then we just like do all
I'm
those indoor
dreading that.
painting. I
I'm
used to see
dreading
this
that.
and I'm like, this is nice. So, well, anytime I look at this, my beige color sofa that she has even almost turned to brown, I'm
Dreading
like,
that.
okay,
Like
maybe we'll go
seriously.
to. No, but we have a balcony, so I think it's something that
Ah,
maybe
okay.
we'll just go outside to
Maybe
do
during summer.
and just yeah, during summer,
Summer
just
is
like
coming.
messy
During
play.
summer.
For children, I remember watching that video where you took your daughter to a messy play, and
Mm-hmm.
even that is developmental for your child. So our own, why is she playing with that child? Water. My baby spends more time in the bathroom than I do because she loves water. Like that's cute bath. That water should be playing. And that one alone, you have made a day. So moms,
Mm,
don't wait for the big events. Don't wait until you have all the money in the
exactly.
world.
Mm-hmm.
Maximize the things you have around you, the free parks, free activities, indoor activities, going for a walk with your child, you know, Even just going to church today, every time my child goes to church, they know her as she's trying to drag the microphone from the pastor. Dragging her fellow, because children like seeing fellow little people like
Yeah,
them, like
yeah.
children like them. So help your child. I think the last question that we have that's seen, so that we can begin to wrap up, is one person said, have you been able to teach your child how to use the potty? You know, most UK houses have carpets. So she's saying that potty training. Have you done potty training? Do you have any tips on potty training and things like that?
Okay, that one too is another difficult ordeal that we have not. And as you said, this carpet thing is
Yes,
is
something.
restricting because back in Nigeria, our houses are usually tiled.
Child, yeah.
So it's easy for you to wear a pants for your baby. If the baby pees on the floor, you mop up.
Okay.
But yeah, with the carpet, I have not like tried the pee potty training. But what I've
Mm,
been doing right now is peeing. When I go to the
yeah.
toilet, my baby is a girl. I pee. I tell her pee, so she knows when I'm peeing. So right now
Mm,
she
mm,
she knows pee.
mm,
Then for poo, she's good on that one. She knows when she wants to poo. She tells me poo. She tells me potty. And that one I
mm.
started since she was very little. And for the poo part, now I feel like poo is easy because poo is not frequent.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
frequent. Yeah, poo is easy. So what I did to get her poo trained is I took a specific time of the day when I was on when because I started when she started sitting, when she was able to sit around 8 months.
Mm,
I took a specific time of the day. If it is 11 a.m., 12 noon, I put her on the pee. And what I usually do, I never let her off that potty until she poos. So when
mm.
I first started initially, it was just pull, pull. If I see she didn't pull, I will wear maybe like an hour later. So when I got that reading, and mostly bowel movement should be around 24 hours or
Yeah,
thereabout, depending
yeah.
on what she eats. When I got that reading of this 1 p.m. she pulls, I was putting her on the potty on the but now that she's older, she understands when she wants to pull. And she just say, Mommy,
Mm,
pull, potty, fast,
mm.
fast, 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 fast. So I tell her, so when she tells me pull potty, oh pull potty, fast, fast, fast. So she
Yeah.
tells me fast, fast, and we'll go to the toilet to pull. But it's that paper
Mm,
that it's called, and it's because of this carpeting. So, but
mhm.
I'm working on that one right now, and I got like a brand send me over one of their potty training potties, and I'm going to see how it works because the way the potty is, the potty is quite fancy and it's something you can put in a
Yeah.
parlor, and so I'm going to try that to see if it works.
Mhm.
And then maybe I would be able to get back on my own social media page about that.
Yeah.
So we've not been able
Yeah.
to do P, and kind of my mom. I'm expecting my parents to come soon, so I'm kind of like maybe I should leave it to my mother. When she comes, I'll
Mm.
push it to
See the
her.
stress.
But at the same time, I'm thinking my baby is old enough to a potty train. I need to be very active. So I know
Mhm.
I've tried one thing, and one thing I know about P is potty training is consistency and persistency. You must keep doing it. Once you get that reading, you must, because children love that reading. Like there's, so once you
Yeah.
start it, you must not stop. But because
Mm.
I'm working, it's quite hard to
Mm.
get that redeem and all. But I've actively started. We are not
Yeah.
there yet, but I've actively started that.
Mm.
And as you said, carpeting, potty training with carpeting is really really hard.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I honestly, one thing I love about this session is your honesty. Like, I like that for the questions that are not 100% you're honest. Some people will tell you the thing that they have read, even though that they are not doing it. So I love that you're practicing what you. Oh, I just saw a message from my husband pop up. Well done, my love. Oh, he's in the room. He's streaming on his phone in the room. Oh, thank you, my
Oh,
love.
thank
Thank
you,
you.
thank you.
So I love your honesty so much that you're not like packaging. This is what we do, because that thing is a lot on social media. And guys, please follow Grow with Paris. I'm gonna pin it on this. I'll look for how to. I can't even find my chat, but anyway, at Grow with Paris. That is Okpe's page for herself and her baby, and you're gonna learn a lot of things.
Mm,
And as you can see, she's a very honest person. So what she's showing you, you can be sure that is real. But I cannot vouch for a lot of the ones we see. Because some
yeah, I
people,
try my
the way
best to
they
be
will
honest
package.
because because the thing is that when you now try to do it and it's hard and you are wondering that how is this person doing it? They are not telling me something, no.
Yeah,
Like one thing I've seen online that is very hard is when training children without the screen as a working
that one.
parent.
Me, I'm
So
very sure that
sometimes I
some
usually
people
feel
are
like I did not
doing it.
package because to be sincere, that was what I wanted to do. I didn't want my child to watch the screen.
Same
Like
here, same
I
here.
didn't want my child to
Mhm.
watch the screen. Like I'm gonna be a mom. My baby's not gonna watch TV until she's 5 years old. No TV, no screens for her.
Also,
But
I'm
my
sure you said,
sister,
I'm sure you also said, ah, my baby is not gonna eat processed food. I'm gonna be making everything
yes,
from scratch.
yes, yes. My baby is not going to eat
Smiles in
processed
cheese
food,
ball.
but
Smiles in cheese ball.
oh my god. Like, and so when I see people do it online, I understand some people are able to do it, to be sincere, because
Yeah.
you know everybody's power and grace is different. My grace, I have grace from God though, but my grace is not dear that I will be able to do this thing. Because right
Mm-hmm.
now that we are on this thing and she's watching a TV show right now. And one thing is, you know, some people, some children's concentration power is higher
Level,
than the
yeah,
others. Some
yeah,
children, you could put them a set of block, they can build it for 1 hour, but how many children, how many babies, how many toddlers can do that? Most
yeah.
times their attention span is like 2 minutes on that block. That
Use another
Montessori
toy.
toy
Yeah,
is 5 minutes attention span, and you need more than 5 minutes to yourself. You are
yeah,
working here and you're meeting with your
yeah,
boss, 30 minutes for 5 minutes. You need more than so, you know, it's really the grace of God. And I
yeah.
feel that people
Terrible.
that are able to successfully do these things are, you know, full-time parents. And that's why you
Yeah,
see some, you know, especially in these Western countries, you see them once they give birth, they dedicate their time, their
yeah,
life
yeah.
to
Which
raising
is
their kids.
beautiful.
It is beautiful. I
Yeah,
wish I could do it. But we
yeah.
that were
Because for
immigrants
them,
like
ah,
this,
my sister.
we're
Because for them, they
immigrants.
get benefits. They have like a lot of benefits. So some people
True.
just have like, and that's why it's also easy for them to have like five, six, seven children because
Yeah.
each child comes with benefits. So you're able to like just sit down and
Yeah.
be the parent. We also
Yes.
desire it. I saw a post one day that just really helped my perspective. Somebody said, I would rather allow my child watch 30 minutes on the screen for me to make her a healthy meal than for me to buy processed food just because I don't want her
Yeah.
to watch something on
Yeah,
the
something
screen.
has to give. You have to, something has
Exactly.
to give. You can't, because the thing about these toddlers is that when they are only satisfied with play when you're playing with them.
Mhm.
Like that block now, if you're setting it with them, playing with them, they can play with
They
it
can
with you
say
for
this, but
hours.
if you stand
But
up,
you
they are
cannot tell
following
them to
you.
stay there. Like, so
Follow,
like how are
follow.
you eating? When I see it online, I'm like, how are you doing it? Please give us the real truth. Like you say, my toddler play with her painting kini for kini. How did you do it? So like I try my best to be very honest, because I know that if I tell a lie and you try that lie, you would know I'm lying, because it's
Exactly.
most likely not, you know, possible or not true.
Yeah.
But
God
you know,
says
as I
is
said,
one thing he says, you cannot lie. A child
yeah,
of God.
exactly. And as I said
So,
earlier, and everybody's grace is different. Every child is
mhm,
different. So as well, there's some children, their attention span is
mhm,
very great. Like if you give them is they can stay with it. But how many toddlers, to be sincere,
yeah,
maybe 1% or 2% of them.
mhm,
And you as a mom need to also get other things done as well.
yeah,
So
yeah,
at the end of the
absolutely.
day, do you,
Give you balance, that's it.
do
So
you,
for me,
do you,
when
without
people
losing
ask
your child.
about, yeah, when people ask about this screen time thing, I'm like, you know what, I'm not gonna give you the advice, just like the same thing as the breastfeeding we talked about earlier, because some people will be like, ah, are you trying to say, I'm not saying give your child screen time, and I'm not saying don't give your child screen time, but
Do
for
what works
me,
for you.
I work, and for unlike Okwe that even has like a major hybrid, I am more at the office than at home. So in the nursery, well, I think in the nursery, they don't even give them screen time. They try to, I mean, we're paying them so much so that
Yes.
they can
Don't
engage,
watch. My baby is not
but
supposed to
when
watch the screen when I'm paying so
I
much
be when
money.
I'm paying so much, the first laundry I took my child to, she was there for months, 70 pounds a day. So sometimes when I see my salary, I'm like, so why am I even working? But you know, you just have to do what you have to do. People's family dynamics are different, right? So that
Mhm.
screen time, I rather she should stay there 30 minutes, 45. Let me make a meal. Let me, do something. Let me,
Do something with my
most
life,
of us
because
can even watch it together. Me say, "But
as
can I use that
much,
time to rest?"
yeah, and as much as you know you love your child so much, let's be honest, our life should not be only about our children. We should
Exactly.
develop
One
ourselves
day
in other
they will,
places, in other
they will grow up
exactly.
and go.
Yeah, so
Exactly.
that's it.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you so much for like we could go on and on, but no, we've already stretched our time. Paris is already using side eyes. Look at me like, give me back my
Yeah.
mommy.
Yeah, and she's been watching the screen, although she's really happy because she doesn't normally watch the screen around this time. Like this is late night, so
Yeah.
I
So
have
she's
her
already
time now.
like, ah,
So
yeah,
what is
what is saying?
happening? What is happening?
Let's not
Am I
affect our
on Chris? Is
routine.
this Christmas Day?
Uh-huh. So I don't think we have any other questions. Thank you so much for doing this with me. Like I pass see my notes. I have notes. What page one, page two, page three. I did not come here to play, even though I've been a mom for 18, almost 18 months. as they say, no knowledge is lost. And I think one thing that you
Yeah.
said that for me will be my takeouts. Somebody said this has been so enlightening. Please, guys, share your takeaway. How they to put it? Your takeaway
Mm-hmm.
from this session. One thing that you said that stood out for me was about the persistency and consistency when you're trying to build a routine for your child. For me, the one we are currently on is the brushing of teeth. So I've told myself I must set an alarm morning and night, morning and night, morning and night, so that this child is used to it now, and when she grows up she will not depart from it, because
Yes.
that dental one, sometimes you'll be doing like as if, no, I want to kill her. I'm not trying
No, no,
to.
it's not only you. It's not only you. It's not. I'm trying to create a post now. She know my baby girl. She carried. There's one spare brush she took in the room. She carried that dolly baby. She was brushing the dolly baby's teeth. She was happy. The next morning, time to brush her
Brush
own
her
teeth.
own.
Fighting, struggling. But you were brushing your baby's teeth now, and the baby did not struggle. I don't
So there
know.
are
Then sometimes
different
I think
things.
that, is it painful? Is it painful to you brushing your teeth? Is it not just
I don't think it's, well, for her. I don't know how we did it when we were small, but I think it's just they just feel like, because when you're brushing their teeth, it's like you've taken all their power away from them. You're trying
mm,
to like do, and they're like, no, no, no,
put
no, no,
them
I
in
want
one
to.
particular space? Yeah,
Yeah,
they
for
want
my
to
baby,
be
if
on
I
their
give her
own.
the brush with it, she knows when I do this, so she
Yeah,
will
so
do
she
it.
will try. She'll
She
be
will do
shaking her
it,
head.
but she's not. Yeah,
You
oh,
really
you're not doing it well. What about your tongue? So I'll now hold her
true.
hands and now try to help her. But one thing that I did that sometimes she's happy with it is when I brush, when I can, maybe Saturday when we're at home together, she's also brushing. So we are brushing together at the
Mm,
same time. So she sing, we dance, we'll sing. But trust me, it's not every day I'm in the mood to dance and sing.
yeah,
Sometimes
exactly.
I wake up and I just want to brush my teeth and
And go.
find my life. Because these children, they act like this life is a musical. Every small thing you have to sing and dance and
True,
display
you need
and
to be
act.
dramatic. When you want to get a ooh, ah, that's something more that would didn't prepare me for. That's something like they did not tell you that you have to act drama everything.
You have
You
to
want to
be
do them for
dramatic.
You want to do them like now as
Whether
I'm
you
doing
are
this,
sad,
she's
whether you are
dancing.
sad, you are happy, you are not in the mood, you are going through your own life, you have to be a drama queen for
I
your
have to
child.
be
And
dramatic
God will
for
continue
them.
to give us the strength. Oluwakemi said that a key point is do what is best for you. And honestly,
Yes,
that is like, do what is best for
yes.
you. We
What is
can only
best for
share
you?
what has worked for us, but if you use it and you see that, nah, I can't do what is best for you, the most important thing is that you are alive to fulfill purpose in your parenting, and your child is also alive to enjoy you as a mom or as a
Exactly.
dad. So anything that is going to take that, put it in the bin. And I pray God will
Mm-hmm.
help us. Somebody said, be it vaginal delivery or CS, the important thing is mother is alive and baby or babies are alive. Perfect.
Yeah.
100%. I love that as well. Thank you so much, my sis. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. It
I'm
was
gonna
a
collect your
beautiful.
address in
Mhm.
Scotland, and one day you see me at your door.
Please do come. And please don't come alone. You come with my baby girl. Please
The
take
last time
fun.
I solo traveled with her from London to Lincoln. Hey, I
It's
did I
stressful,
did
Sha.
that vlog, traveling with. I've not even had the energy. I'm still recovering, so
Post
I've
it
not even
here.
had the energy to edit it because
Yeah.
Tuesday. But of course, we have to do what we have to do. So I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
close because I know you want to see her more than you want to see me. So yeah, I'm not sad. I'll
Oh my
bring her.
gosh. It's
Thank
been
you
so
so much.
beautiful.
God bless you.
Yes.
God bless you for
Amen.
doing this. Help us
Amen.
thank Paris's dad as well for helping us be with her while you're doing this. And Paris,
Mhm.
baby, thank you. We love you.
Please don't call her. Please don't call her.
Ah,
Don't call
okay.
her.
Mommy said, but we still love you. But mommy said we should not call you.
Oh
So
God.
people
All
are
right,
saying
Sha.
thank you, sis, thank you, everyone, thank you, our viewers, thank you for
Yeah.
joining. The replay is going to be live, so if you missed any session, please go back. This was so insightful. You're gonna
Yeah.
love it. Instagram people, go to YouTube and watch this replay. It was beautiful. Thank you, sis. Have a lovely, lovely night.
And you too. Bye bye.
Thank you so much, everybody. In fact, if you see my living room right now, I feel like I'm running what all these tech people. I feel like I have a tech agency. I have a phone streaming on Instagram so that I can tell Instagram people to come to YouTube. I have the phone YouTube. I have my ring light. I have another phone that I'm using to track comments because for some reason my phone is not showing the comments, and I have myself on TV. Thank God for the wisdom. When the Holy Spirit said, look at what you're doing on TV. I'm like, why now? Watching myself while doing myself. But it was good because I was able to see the comments on the TV that I could not see. So listen to the Holy Spirit, guys. It's very important. God, we thank you for the end of a beautiful session. Thank you, guys. If you found this insightful, please send the link to a friend, let them watch it, especially if you have friends in the UK, that are moms. And trust me, this session was not even just for moms, it was beautiful for everybody, whether you're a mom now. I saw comments like people say, I'm not a mom yet, but I'm learning. So please, please, and please, share with somebody, let them also learn from the amazing things you learned. So Parenting Unfiltered, which is the tag of this session, is going to come on live every month on the last Sunday of every month. So next month, which is March, last Sunday of March is on the 30th. So on the 30th of March, I'm going to come here again with another guest. And in these sessions throughout the months, I'm going to bring different guests. I'll bring my husband one day. I will bring him. He's gonna tell us about first time dadahood, fatherhood. By God's grace, I'm going to bring my parents as well. Friends. I also plan to bring a social worker, because those of us that live in foreign countries, we know how social services don't joke when it comes to parenting. Like, you have to do this thing right. So apart from even giving glory to God in your parenting, the government is watching you, so you can't afford to make mistakes that might cost you your own life or the lives of your children. So I'll bring social workers, parenting coaches. It's going to be beautiful throughout the year. God is really planning something huge with Parenting Unfiltered, and I cannot just wait. Like, I look forward to seeing the amazing testimonies and the breakthroughs and the healings that is going to come from this, because it's not just learning. I know a lot of us are going to have to unlearn things, relearn things. Some of us, you have to wipe those tears and go back to the drawing board and do things right. Because as I always say, bringing forth a child is not just me and my husband, this is the next time. No, it is a destiny, and you have to do it well. You have to give glory to God in your parenting. You can't afford to have children that will become part of the negative statistics. So that is why we are doing this. Let all of us learn the things we need to thrive in our parenting. And I pray that God will bless us and help us in Jesus' name. Thank you, guys. I'm going to see you next month on the next session of Parenting Unfiltered. And before then, you will see the flyers, you're going to see the topic, you're going to see the guest I'm going to be bringing. So please do well to share when you get it. And of course, on my YouTube channel here, I post different videos on motherhood, parenting, UK living, marriage, So please check, different videos out. I have loads of videos. In last year, I said in last year, I did a motherhood series. Excuse me. So I have different videos on different topics on motherhood. So you can do well to check that as well. On my YouTube shorts, you'll see plenty funny videos of my baby. So if you want to just smile and laugh, the girl has a lot of ginger and energy. She's gonna give you that. So thank you so much, guys. My Instagram family, if you're watching live, thank you. God bless you. I love you. But you have to go to YouTube to watch the full video so that you can, really enjoy all the juice from this session. Thank you, Oluwakemi. I'm seeing your comment last. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Mercy, for joining. Thank you, Olufunke, for joining. Thank you, Lala, for joining. I appreciate you guys so much. God bless you. Excuse me, please. God bless you and have a wonderful night's rest. Bye.